this design was really about a storybook, because it is actually based on a book. Old Jake Skirts started as a children's book that then got turned into this play. And so imagine, it's a pop-up book and we've got these different pages that we're turning, and the curves that come from the illustration and all that artwork that's very hand-drawn, hand-created. We wanted to translate that onto the stage with very few straight lines. It's all very curvy and flowing into itself. And the set pieces are not fully realistic, not fully magical. It's this middle ground of magical realism that I think really suits the genre of the play.
In sort of like a larger context, I know that a lot of the inspiration that the director and the designers are drawing on has to do with, memory and storybooks, because it is a memory play and it is a storybook. But I mean, sort of even further than that, there are so many like rich textural, visual details that come from, like the way that storybooks are illustrated, and the way that sort of like memory plays have been done, the way that we continue to look at our own memory, there's been a lot of rich inspiration to draw on from those points, and more specifically for the puppets or the just shoestring. We really wanted to sort of adhere to that sort of, what would we say, the abstraction, that's sort of going on in the service of those two ideas. So, creating something that like lives and breathes like a dog does, but that is sort of a little more whimsical and fantastical than real dogs might be. So.
Try to balance the space as you're doing this. A lot of folks are stage right because I know Old Jake's there. So we really have to start to listen and play as an ensemble. Also make sure you're playing to the edges of the audience. A lot of us are moving really close to the center.
Old Jake Skirts for me is about this idea of picking yourself back up after being isolated from the community for a really long time. So a lot of my design has to do with the story of Old Jake kind of being turned off from community and learning to love himself and to look into himself to reintegrate, which is a really big and really scary step. And so the way that the play does it, the script does it, is through this idea of like what is liveness, like live music and live performance. So we integrated that with this idea of Foley music and Foley sound design, and all of the songs are folk songs, which is about community and is about like people. And then we have elements of magic, both like fake and real, or like artificial piped in sound effects and those Foley sound effects that just kind of help expand and bring us back.
I think what I would say to the audience is you have to see it to believe what we've put together for this show. The choreography with the props, with the actors, with the set pieces, everything moves, and it's such a harmony of flowing pieces all together. It's really a beautiful, amazing thing, seeing it in rehearsal without the set, and then hopefully soon we're going to get it onto the stage and we're going to get all those pieces moving together. I think you're going to love what we put together.
I hope that our audience takes away like just how powerful community can be, and how even if you've been outside of it for a really long time, and even if you've been isolated from it, it's always there to come back to. I think that's the most powerful part of the show, and I really hope that speaks to audiences.
We hope that you come out to see the show. It goes up in a week, and we're really excited to share all of this with young and audiences, young and old. It is theater for young audiences, but the sort of themes speak to all, and we hope that a lot of people will be entertained and enjoy what we've put out there. So we thank you in advance.
Come see Old Jake Skirts in the Semel Theater on November 12th at 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. and November 13th at 2 p.m.